What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Welcome to the RNEWS Evening Show. And let's just jump into it. From r/World News. Time has come for 4-day week, say European politicians. Cool, that means as an American one can expect a 4-day work week by 2100. Asterisk on average. If you're in Washington or Oregon you'll get it in 2078. In California and New York, 2084. In Texas you'll get a 6-day work week instead, but to compensate for the extra day, they'll decrease your pay and hold your wife and children hostage. A 4-day week at your coal mine, while Europeans are chilling with renewable energy smiley face. People from Wyoming and West Virginia, happy noises. Just work your 36 hours in the first day, then the rest of the week is yours. Unrelated but relevant. I currently have a co-worker who drives 3 hours each way to work. 6 total hours on the road. 5 days a week. Don't know how they do it. I'd shoot myself. I don't think there's a salary in the world worth that. Christ. Yeah, me too. There's always a salary worth anything. $1 million to every single human being on this planet, even including you, and I'll suck Donald Trump's wiener. I've been working 4 on 3 off for a couple years. 10 hours shifts, so my hours are the same as others, but my standard of living is way better. I have time to invest in my side business, which breaks up repetitiveness. I feel refreshed and ready to work when I get back. This is the way. I say 4-day 8 hours is the way. You're watching the RNews show. From r/Politics. Trump in overnight meltdown as he makes 8 false election claims in just 4 tweets. I know, he's doing so much damage right now though. They've been the laughingstock of the world for over 4 years now. I think they kinda like it. Reports say he privately acknowledges that he's lost and there's no way around it, so why the frick is he still tweeting this crap? It's so strange. I wonder if he starts his own spin-off fascist political party and fractures the Republican base. Probably wouldn't be the worst outcome, since no right-winger would ever win an election in this country again. 25th Amendment, this senile sack of crap, before he kills us all. You spelled twats wrong. How can people believe something that is so absurd, so clearly false? These are people who 10,000% believe that eating a magic apple fricked humanity forever. That some guy fit 2 of every species of animal on his homemade boat. And that a guy survived for 40 days in the belly of a whale. These people have trained their whole lives to believe in bullcrap. This is a piece of cake to them. You're watching the RNews show. From r/News. Stabbing reported, 20 arrested as Trump supporters and counter-protesters clash. The fact that Trump kind of reinvented himself as a religious conservative and people believed him is kind of mind-boggling. It's sad that for some people the only truth is literally what they're being told in the present moment. Like their decades of life experience and observation just vanish as soon as they intake new propaganda. For a lot of people it has nothing to do with whether they actually believe Trump personally believes these things or not. It's transactional. He's trading these positions for the voter base's support, and they're trading their morals for the policy action. So if you'll never see the evidence, how do you know it's there? A lot of these people are religious. Belief without evidence isn't a problem for them. And that is precisely the reason they are targeted for this propaganda. Hard to believe formally reasonable and intelligent people fell into this. For someone with charisma, maybe. But Donald fricking Trump, just more proof that relentless propaganda is effective. I have a theory that they always wanted to go that way, but no one with enough power were doing those things. And stay there for about 4 weeks. Both. Count the Trump votes, stop the Biden votes. You're watching the RNews show. From r/News. Fauci says he will take new Pfizer vaccine if FDA approves it. That's all I need to know. Calling it now, Trump will back to anti-vaxxer Twitter when he leaves. He should do it on air, like Elvis Presley did. I think it was measles or maybe polio. I would have to look it up. But yes, he was a huge icon, and he took one televised to encourage the world to do the same. 'Cause it's common sense. He stands out like a sour thumb in the States because of it. Don't taste his thumb. Don't forget, Bill Gates is also using facial recognition software to track people who don't get the vaccine. The only way to thwart him is to wear a face mask. 50% sugar, 50% fetuses, according to the crazies. I'm actively in the clinical trial for this vaccine. It's been pretty damn smooth sailing, with the exception of feeling like crap for 2 days after each injection, but that's a very small price to pay. I already got it in the trial. Doing well. The only side effect is putting periods in the middle of sentences. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. Sweden has admitted its coronavirus immunity predictions were wrong as cases soar across the country. My idiot roommate started talking about Sweden's response and whatnot. I asked him how many people lived in Sweden and he didn't know. He googled it and it was a little over 10 million. That's our number of cases. In a country of over 300 million. I don't think herd immunity will beat a vaccine. We'll get a vaccine before herd immunity, I mean. Second edit. Oh, Danielle blew me up. Yep, in much the same way they're using Venezuela as the absolute an ordinate future of our country if we allow the least little bit of socialism here. That is to say, stupidly. Edit. Hey look, it's proof these dipshits don't have a freaking clue what socialism is. www. The Daily Beast. Calm from the article. A Facebook post by one of the parents. I'm sorry, but if you're okay with your kid ratting other kids out to the health department for attending the private event, you are the bigger problem. SMDH socialism. I don't have to answer any of their questions. F#% them. And yet even they have a national healthcare system. Well, that's the sole reason they're in such bad shape. Republicans probably. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. Jared and Ivanka are poised to return to a Manhattan social scene that no longer welcomes them. Well, maybe they can find a clique in prison that will have them. They won't go to prison. But I sincerely hope that New York manages to uncover their crimes as well as his family's crimes. And strip them of most of their assets. I would love to see them end up in small suburbia and Ivanka reduced to shopping in a Target or Walmart. It would be pure torture for them. They'll tolerate him as long as they get some alone time with the missus. To be clear, their buildings and businesses are going to be the most inspected in NYC. They aren't coming back to NYC. Please no, we have enough problems here already. Ivanka and Trump living in Florida would be freaking hilarious. The humidity alone will destroy Ivanka's perfect hair and Jared will finally melt. I know, I remember him going back over 30 years. He was always thinking politics. The Donald made the news for 2 things. Messy, expensive divorces and bankruptcy. They should be with their people. I'm sure they would enjoy the company of their die-hard supporters. Nah, getting the bus over to them is too much work. He'll just leave them to freeze instead. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like. And if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.